Hi Gemini, so this is going to be your 8-8 Lionsgate portal tarot reading. So let's see what's happening with you. Let's see what's coming your way, what's exiting your life, what your current energy looks like. And again, the timeline is the timeline, so take what resonates, take it as it resonates, leave what does not, and reverse energies as you see fit. Doesn't resonate, check your other placements, or I'll catch you in the next one, yes? But you contribute your energies. That's how I'll be able to pick up on your storyline. So be mindful of that. You need to show some engagement for me to pick up on you and your story. Let's see what's happening with you. Your overall energy is the Two of Swords. Oh, classic Gemini. I mean, I'm a Gemini moon, so I understand this process. Like, these are the two things. My dual mind is saying one thing, and then the other side of me is saying another. So I'm getting confused as to what the right course of action is. I'm confused. It's too much to handle for some of us. You know, it's kind of like analysis paralysis. There are two contrasting thoughts, and I don't know what to believe in, or I don't know what to say, I don't know what to do. So I'm confused. Okay, your energy that's hovering above you is the Knight of Cups. All right, so some sort of emotional expression that wants to come out of you, but you're confused because you're not allowing. Your mind is taking over your heart, and that's why you can't feel your feelings. And your heart would like to express, actually, very naturally, very fluidly. It feels something, and it wants to be vulnerable, but our mind gets in the way. Okay, you're an air sign, so I'm seeing a lot of cups here, by the way. It's like your overall energy is you being stuck in your mind, you thinking logically about things, and while your heart is surrounding you. There's a Page of Cups in the recent past, so you know how to open up. You know how to take chances emotionally speaking, put out soft messages towards people, places, situations, to be emotionally curious for connection around you with people. It's easy for you to put out soft messages out there. So what's happening here? What's exiting is the Three of Swords. Some sort of rejection that might have happened to you, or that you have created for somebody else. That could also be the case. I mean, I was rejected and it hurts, and I don't know anything anymore now. Or you might have rejected somebody else, but the thing is, despite that, your feelings are contrary to what you did or what you think to be true. In the near future is the Swords, Page of Swords. So it's like you're watching because you don't, what you're doing is that I'm getting that hint that you're trying to use your mind and logic to understand about a situation, when you actually need to feel through those things. You need to look at the emotional reality rather than the logical reality. It's like, logically it doesn't make sense. Logically thinking, I don't think I have feelings, and I don't think I want to express my heart. I don't think I have an For some of you, you don't even think that you have a heart. Like, there is no emotional expression. What do you mean? What do you mean by that? There's a lack of insight in here. Again, reverse energies as you see fit, but I will challenge you to be self-reflective. Only then will you be able to set yourself up for a more successful reality and manifest what's actually good for you, and actually accept those manifestations too. The King of Wands, Wheel of Fortune, and the Six of Wands, Nine of Cups. Yeah, time, there's a lot of time that surrounds you. And for some of you, you're very comfortable with your fires, confidence, passion. But when it comes to your emotional fulfillment and your emotional side, some of you get wrapped up in your head about that. All right. So let's see. Let's get into the reading. Let's see the Two of Swords for you. Again, like, share, and subscribe my videos, show some engagement. That's how you add your energy to my collective. And I'm more prone to picking up on your energies if you show some engagement. So don't be shy. Don't be an island. Let's get into the Two of Swords. Show me the Two of Swords for Geminis. Seven of Wands, Queen of Swords, the Knight of Swords. All right, so it's actually looking good. Somebody's approaching you and you're confused, but you're not trying to show it. That's what happened. So you completely switched on me. I don't know. You completely switched on me. You're having to enforce some sort of boundaries because somebody is hastily coming towards you, like, I need to get in there and I need to say some stuff quite fast, like, get it done, say it right now. And you're like, hold on, hold your horses and sit right over there. I'm going to sit here. You're going to sit over there. Talk to me normally. Or if you're going to rush me, if you're going to force me to speak something that I haven't thought of yet, that I haven't put into perspective yet, I'm going to block you. I don't want confusing situations. So if you're going to approach me, if you're going to say something, be honest, be truthful. Otherwise, if you say some confusing things, contrasting things, I don't have time for that. You're being very firm here with the Queen of Swords. So it's like whatever this is, whoever is communicating towards you, I don't know what this is. I don't have enough reasons to understand that this is a romantic relationship or something. It could be anybody for that matter. Somebody might have words for you and they are keeping their emotions out of it while they're approaching you, and you are also giving them the cold approach, logical approach. But you're showing me Queen, so which is more mature than the Knight. Knight is more hasty, impulsive, and it's like, it's going to come off to you as like rush job, but you are telling me that you are more stable and calm. You have a more calm approach. You allow people to speak. Look at this, how she's giving him the hand, like, speak your piece, and then I'm going to speak my truth here. I'm going to analyze some truths here. I'm going to consider your point of view as well, but I'm also going to consider my point of view equally. So you're fair, you're just in your approach while dealing with this person, and you have your boundaries in mind that you don't want to deal with any confusing situation. So if you're going to say your piece, go big or go home, baby. That's what you're telling me. Okay. Put in the comments, who is this that's approaching you? Okay. King of Pentacles here. I feel like this is the other person that would like to communicate, emotionally speaking. It's hovering above you, the energy. It's like this person's energy surrounds you, but I don't know if they're speaking from their heart though. They're telling me that they're approaching you with the Knight of Swords, which is keeping their emotions out of it. I mean, they have the skills. They are avoid. Oh God, that's why it's like they have the goods. They have the goods. They have the feelings. If you ask me, they have the feelings for you. They want to romanticize you. They see you as the star. Their long-term desire. Their desire is to express love to you. Their desire is to have some stable love with you, to smother you, to be smothered by you. I don't know. But they see a long term with you. They see you as their star, their wish, their desire. But they are withholding from it. They're holding on to it and they're not letting go of it, but they also don't know how to give into it. I have feelings for you, but I'm going to keep it to myself. But I'm also not going to let you go. So I'm going to keep approaching you with this Knight of Swords approach. Okay, that's amazing. Yeah, Justice and the Eight of Wands. There's somebody that's taking action towards you too. Let's see the Page of Cups for you in the past. What's up with the Page of Cups? Show me the Page of Cups for Cancerians. Sorry, why did I say Cancerians? You might be dealing with a Cancer, or I might see Chariot. I don't know. You're a Gemini, all right? I was thinking of Cancerian. I don't know why I was just thinking of their reading, because I'm yet to do Cancerian's reading, so don't take it as an absolute, all right? But might be some confirmation for some of you, yes. Four of Cups, Four of Swords, Knight of Cups. That's their Knight of Cups. Look at this. So in the recent past, you kept your emotions open towards somebody here, but it started to get very difficult because you were constantly met with disappointment. Somebody's Knight of Cups was facing the other way because they did not want to express it. That didn't mean that they did not have the capacity to do it. It's like you were chasing their love, their vulnerable love. Judgment and the Ace of Swords, Three of Cups too. Yeah, you were connecting to somebody and you were feeling good about it, but it was always confusing because you were opening up, you were being soft and vulnerable with this person, but they were not. They were not emotionally expressive towards you. They did have a Knight. You identified them correctly that they do have a Knight. They do have some sort of loving feelings towards you, even if it's not a King of Cups. I'm not expecting that, but they did have some feelings and you could sense it. And that's why you opened your heart up, but you got disappointed because somebody was not necessarily expressing their side of the coin. They were not emotionally showing up for this, and you gave it a lot of thought. That explains the heartbreak too. You gave it a lot of thought. You gave them a lot of time and patience, and the more you gave them time and patience to open up towards you, making them comfortable by expressing, being the first one to express yourself, being the first one to take softer approach towards them, even then they could not get comfortable enough to express to you or express their heart to you. It's like they would just not get comfortable enough. So why were they letting you try if they were not necessarily ready to give you the same in return? That's my question, you know. I don't think that this is a bad person though. I'm just saying that, like, there's the approach is odd. They know that they can approach. It's like somebody that's in that stuck mode of doing the same thing over and over again but expecting different results. Like, their approach remains the same and they're confused and frustrated about why things are not changing. It's like, you've got to change the approach. I can't teach you, I can't spoon feed you these things. You should know and do it of your own accord. Yeah, there you go. You told, now this is you showing up. You are showing me that you are more feminine. Even if you're a man, you were very feminine, soft towards this person. You are very inclusive of this person. Queens are more soft and malleable energy. They are more accommodating rather than kings, because kings are fixed signs and they're not necessarily big on change. All right, they're not necessarily big on accommodation. They are more about, like, this is my feelings and this is why I choose this, or this is why I reject that. But queens are more malleable, like, okay, if you love me, I love you. Of course, I love who I love, but also if somebody shows me that softness, or if I feel like somebody is worth a penny, I will invest in them, right? In any way, shape, or form. So you're telling me that whatever little investment you put out there, you eventually came to that conclusion of the truth. You realize the truth about the situation, that it's always going to reject you and it's hurting your heart now at this point. And that's why now you're stepping into that zone of establishing boundaries for yourself and communicating clearly to this person. The communication might be ongoing with this person too. And that's why once you understood the truth that this situation is rejecting you and it's hurting your heart and it's going against your sense of self-worth, and that you want, if you really want to invest in your own sense of goodwill and whatever you want to see for yourself in this lifetime, and in terms of relationships, in terms of career, you need to invest in them first, which means it begins with the self. You need to establish those boundaries first and foremost, stand in those boundaries, enforce them around you, around other people, about how they will treat you and how will you accept them, in your life. Like, this is how you're supposed to treat me, and these are my non-negotiables. And if you go against those, well, too bad, I'll have to leave. I'll have to put up some blocks around us. I'll have to put some distance between us. And that begins with the self. That's called self-respect. Respecting oneself enough to be like, this is what I deserve, and I'm calling the shots accordingly. I'm thinking of myself first. And you realize that you were not thinking of yourself. You were just here. For some of you, you lost sight of that sense of self-worth for yourself, that this is what I set out for, but I am becoming this person that's not thinking of oneself. I'm getting disappointed and I'm opening myself up to more disappointment as we speak. And this person does not care. And chances are, and the fact is, that I also stopped caring for myself. And that's why I keep on investing in a disappointing situation over and over again and expect different results. That means I don't care for myself. That's why, right? Page of Swords, Ten of Pentacles, Two of Cups. Yeah, you're giving it more thought. I feel like the more you communicate, the more you learn to establish boundaries with this person, the more you try to communicate with this person. In the near future, I see you entertaining this thought of what are your goals in terms of what do you want to see in terms of love? What is your wish fulfillment in terms of loving relationship? You're telling me it needs to please me. It needs to meet my needs, emotional needs, one that they are not meeting. Even if they have got the goods, if they're not willing to show it to you, what are you going to do? You can't force somebody to do that. They should be able to speak for themselves naturally, because they want to, not because they have to, or you set them to, or you ask them to do that. You want somebody mature enough to step up to the plate, right? So you're telling me that you want some equal love, one that's shared, that's non-confusing. I love you and you love me, and it's shared and it shows. It shows in the here and now. It's not like on the intuitive plane of existence where I can feel like you love me. That's why you look at me and that's why you watch me. But you never say those words, but you never act out those words. So what does it mean though? You know? So you want it to be in the real world. You want it to please you. You want somebody to romance you, to love you, to fulfill you, to think about your fulfillment, to consider your needs too. And you also want PS, long-term relationship, one that's established, one that has a family structure to it, right? I want to be a part of your world and you want to be a part of my world. And we are establishing a world together of our own, one that's grounded and founded and solid. Nobody can budge it. One based in loyalty, right? You want personal pleasures met. You're giving it more thought. You're trying to learn through it. Yeah. The Empress, the more you try to invest in that sort of healing and stuff, the more you give it more perspective, the more you step into that Empress zone. You're switching from Queen of Pentacles to an Empress. The more you try to learn about this process, I want you to up the ante. Of course, the process starts from a Page of Swords, but I want you to up the ante about what you want to see in your life. And that's going to tell you a lot about where you want to be and where you want to go in this lifetime in terms of, yeah, commitment. You want commitment, honey. You want commitment based in love and 3D world too. It should show itself in terms of acts of service, in terms of words of affirmations, romantic words, looks, everything, everything. You want it all. And you have only begun the process of learning about it and thinking about it. How does it look like? What does an ideal relationship look like to me? Yep, there you go. The Page of Swords, Four of Swords. The more you rest, for some of you, you need to rest on the subject more. Look at this. The Nine of Cups, Temperance. The more you heal, the more you understand yourself, the more you get in touch with yourself while resting, that's when you think about this end goal and what you want to achieve. Ask yourself, what did you want to achieve with this person? It will tell you a lot about what you actually want. And does this fit your goals? Does this person want to fulfill you like that? If not, then what are you doing here, right? So that's all I have for you, Geminis. I hope this helped and take care.